I woke up this morning feeling fine. I had some numbers on my mind. I couldn't think of the space and time, and zap, just like that, it came back to my mind. So what I'm going to show you is probably 600 different things so fast that you probably won't be interested in continuing. Or I can show you them slow and try to figure them out with you, because I know them as I draw them, but it's not that easy. I'm going to go back to Christ and the Holy Illuminati Day, which is supposed to be the 121st day of the year. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you that in the Torah, it said God gave us space, spirit of the one, angle of the six, total of 7, space, 16th letter, ACE, ace. The ace gave us space. In time, we were mighty in time. So why am I fooling around with these numbers? Because I already told you that the number of Christ is 74. Okay. You see, God's number is actually 75, but that's his bisexual number. Because in order to play in the two worlds, he has to have one of his numbers playing the other role. So when a 5 turns around and becomes a 2, God's in the other world as the 27 God. That's why they pass away at 27. That's why they say God's number is 72. Don't forget another thing about 72 and God's number is there is actually no 9 by 9. God's space only counts once for spirit, and that's it. God is all the other spaces. Right? So space is a 4 by 4, 16, 1 by 6, Spirit Angel Connect. Space, total count, 44. Time, 29, 29, T-I, me, T-I, me. T-I, me. You know why it says T-I, me? Because T is not only transmission, okay, it doesn't only represent the 2x world, but it also expresses 10. Man of 10 in time. Anyways, whatever it is, it equals 47. The two of them together equal 91. But if I reverse the numbers, the first two numbers on top, 74 reversed, which is the number of Christ in time, 121. 11 by 11, 121. Space, S, time, T. 10 times. 10 times. Anyways, to stop fooling around and tell you what I'm getting at, is ST is first. It's a concrete word because it's last, it's best, it's the most. ST is always there to concretely tell you whatever it's going to be with the ST, it's concrete because I made a stop. And that was complete. So that was one thing. Now I'm going to show you we can't always meet in the middle, okay? If you have a plug in your garage, you're going to not bring out the extension from the wall, you're going to bring a plug into it. Well, you have to meet halfway. When you're working with, let's say, piping, you don't bring from this end to that end, you bring the two pipes out together to meet at an intermediate spot. And why I'm saying that is because the cat and the rabbit, okay? Like what actually was in the Cat in the Hat? What happens is these are long ears, okay? They make the number 1 also. And they transfer from one part of the octagon, from this side, up the 369 rail, over through to the one spirit. As when this side goes up and bypasses and goes over to the 3 creation. This is how they connect in the other world. When this whole design flips upside down, this one's on top. The only difference, these are the short ears. Short ears and long ears. Two of the same thing. You can either put them together or leave them apart. Now I'm going to tell you something about gold. Now I still can't figure out, don't pray to any other object, and yet they're making things out of copper and gold. Well, the copper represents me and you, because you're communicating, because you hear me now. But if you really listen to this, If you take the LOD in gold, okay, and put them all separate, okay, do you see what it says? It says go, God of the egg, 0101, 0101 or 101. Gold, G-O-L, the L is a 1, the D splits apart from its membrane, and it becomes another 1, it's 101. 10107, 70101. I didn't sit here to figure this one out, but another thing you have to know is, here's the box, basically, of how things are set up. I didn't turn them all overlapping each other, but this sets up a pyramid, and it goes tick, 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 till it gets to 1, and it goes tick, 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 till it gets to 10. Then it goes tick, 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 tick. It's thin in the middle, thick, thin, thick, thin. It's like a whole bunch of beehives. If you go to Pegasus 7286 and you go in and out, you'll find that design there. It's very, very weird. Anyways, what I'm going to tell you now from this, okay, is that you notice here there's 2 2s. 1, 2, 2, 3. And here it's 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. And this is 1, 2, 2, 2. Because the worlds were all transferred over from one system, okay, the 1, 3, 7, 9, 1397 or 1973, all until when it gets to, I think, I don't remember what number. It's the number is big. So in between here you'll have 8, then you'll have 10, then you'll have 12, okay? I don't know what you have to do with all these numbers, but it all works out to calculating something like this: 4 by 4, 6 by 6, 8 by 8, all the way up to 100. Now what you got to do next, and you want to see something very funny, give me any number, multiply it 3 times, and you're always going to end up with a single digit of 7, 8, or 9. And we'll use any number, pick a number in the top of my head, something not so simple, not so hard. Let's choose number 7. Good number? 7 by 7 is 49, and 49 by 7 is 343. What is that up to? 10. Use 8. 8 by 8 is 64, by 8 is 480, and 32 is 512. That's your memory. 9 by 9 by 9. These are all, what I'm trying to explain is these are all the numbers, and I know everybody has used all these numbers before in their other mathematicians. Well, this also works in creation. And one of the systems I have here is this. The Spirit uses these numbers here. 1, 19, 10, and 28 would be in the 1 position. This is the position on the phone that doesn't have any letters or anything, because the reason for that is because what it's explaining is the one Spirit here is the one Spirit of birth, and what it's over here, okay, is number 10, which is the 10-10 world of angel and man, 4 and 6, and 28 is the beta heaven. So it's all actually telling you everything inside this box of what 1 does. So you couldn't really put a letter on 1 because 1 does all the worlds. It does the 10 world, it does the spirit world, 19, and it does the beta heaven, 28. It all begins on 2. And don't forget, 1, 3, 7, 9 are fixed. They don't move. They're transferred from that world. The beta world moves. That's the way it works, not my fault. Basically like this. See this color, green and red? The reason I have red going on this angle, because red is the spirit 1 running over to the birth. Green would be life, 7 and 3, which would make a 10, and this one is also a 10. The division between the 3 and the 7 is actually 4, 5, and 6. So this one is the live wire, because there's only 3. And there's only 3 lines you can have. You can't have 4 lines. It's 3 lines. I don't know. That's the way it works. Go check out your clock. Seems like there's only 3 handles on most of them. And there's a reason, because yes, there's something deeper inside of what sometimes I even miss. So we did this, and then I went on to B, K, 20 is the T letter, so it could be BK10, Why is that? Because beta, man, angel, and spirit, angel and man, and the birth. And the birth. 2 and 9 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 0 is 2, 2 and 9 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. They all end up at 2. The same thing for here. 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 and 0 is 3. 3 is C, L, U, C again. Because the rotation is 4 to go all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because these numbers are combination numbers. Don't forget, whatever I do, if I show you a box of 9 lights, on top of that has to be a 4. Because it's separated. It's 4, 1 center, and 4. 1 for 4 for 1 for 4. Man is 1 for the one angel, for the 1 spirit, for the 4 corners of God, for the 1 spirit of the 4 corners of God, for the 4 angels, for the 4 spirits of God, for the 6 man of the 4 spirits of God, of the beta world, the 4 spirit of God. Numbers repeat all the time. Everybody's with God. What do you want to do? Hey, we need an open space over here. Anybody want to collect some welfare? Or we need to go up to God, and we don't know if there's extra room if you ain't got no money. What? How much? Free! Hey, man, it's free to go to heaven. How come not everybody wants to go? It's a free ride. They pushed you out into this world. You cried like a silly bastard. You acted like a bastard. You were a bitch. And now we're living in our own stink. Smells good, doesn't it? We caused it for ourselves. We will endure it. We'll surpass it. And we will move on. Because on we must move. Otherwise we are left in the dust, my friends. So what else do I have on here? Yes, I want to show you another thing. This is what the diamond can do on an angle, okay? It can create the H, it can create the Hyundai sign or the Honda sign, depending on how much you bend in this angle, okay, is because sometimes you have to go around these corners. See these corners here? You have to go around those corners, okay? Not only that, it also might be like that because it's moving. Anyways, when I spoke to you about the red and the green, there's more than just the red and the green. First of all, those are Christmas colors. The same reason I told you for the gold, because that's the little bit of gold you're allowed to sort of have. It's our mind, actually, the gold. And our mind is God, and He is God, so He's like everything. So all these Christmas colors end up going on here, and this becomes electrical circuit in which is hooked up to make every piece and action of whatever's happening in this world happen. Now, what happens if we break this code? Can we turn into something different? Hold on a second. Let me figure that one out. Good cigarette. Wasn't born with that. Did it make me different? Only my brain. Well, why did it make your brain different? Because I want another cigarette. But you just had one. Well, what if I don't get another one? Holy crap, my brain is talking to me. You want to shut up? The people are watching. I'm on screen. What? What? Oh, he told me not to scream. Okay, let's see what I can go on to next. Jupiter just came to mind, and it's the umbrella. Something about the umbrella, because it starts with a J, you must call these umbrellas. Why are they umbrellas? We have one in January, we have one in June, we have one in July. January for January 1st, the first of the year for Christ. I understand. There's one umbrella. We got one umbrella for the 4th of July. That's 2 umbrellas. We have one for the month of June for man. That's 3 umbrellas. And do we have anything else? No, October is for the sun, but we already have the O for that, for the egg. We have R&D. I don't know what R&D is, but for me, it's red. R-E-D. Red and green. Anyways, just mark R-E-D. Just when you mark R, it means king. D would be queen. It's king and queen. Red is the spirit. Green is the life. R-E-D. The green and red spirit of the electronic life, R-E-D. Green has 2 E's in it, so that means it's connecting 2 worlds. When there's 2 O's, okay, and there's 2 O's, like in the word hoof, okay, but the H is separated from the F. That means the heaven is separated from the face, and the pig split his hoofs. And his nose is split. Everything is split apart. The pig might be the representation. This is the third time I got this swine, that the pig is the representation of the heavens, of the connection of the heavens. I mean, the litters are greater than anything else. Their pregnancy is 114 days, which falls on April 23rd this year. Normally it would be on April 24th. 24 stands for man, heaven, passage, and add the 4 of the month. The 28 is beta heaven. All to do with pork. No wonder they can't let us eat pork. No wonder their color is like that. If you've really looked at pig, there's not blood. When you buy when you buy any steak, it'll really shrink a lot. The pork don't shrink as much as the steaks do. And the pork is not so bad. We can't eat it. It's our heaven. That's crazy. So that means it's the same thing with the cow. 2 cuds, 4 tits, 2 and 4, 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 8 and 6 is 14, 68. And you want to see another number like that? That's 68. Before I get there, let me tell you the one spirit, okay, of the 7 God, which is the 1 point and 6. It's the 6 dice with the dot in the center. One spirit is 6, okay? But when you put the letters together, 1 is the A, 7 is the G. 1, 7, but put together the 8, you got 8, you got Zag. Because God is zigzag lines. He's just like the shark teeth. And why did the shark teeth have 3 rows? 1, 2, 3, 1 row. 4, 5, 6, 2 rows. 7, 8, 9, 3 rows. That's why the shark is serious. Am I surely certain? Let me tell you one thing. It's a high belief that I absolutely know that the shark has 3 rows of teeth. And they're always replacing, just like the 3rd row. The babies are being born into the heaven through the 7 God. But yet those numbers are really never used. But if you talk about the 613 laws of Moses, I can show you how these numbers are used directly and within. To a T. To an hour, to a minute. Okay! Diamonds and 4. They both have the same number count. I'm looking for something. Yes, I already did this, okay? Jack and Jill. Okay. 4 and 6, man and angel. Birth of a life and a life. 2 lives. Jack doesn't have to say that. Jack added up equals 25. Jill added up equals 43. 43 and 25 equals 68. That's man of heaven. And then when you reverse it and do it the other way, it's 86. And then you have the Mayan cycle of 52 years included with the 1 Spirit of God. This is the 1 Spirit of God because the number of 1, O-N-E, is 34. 4 and 3 is 7. 5 and 2 is 7. 8 and 6 is 14. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 5. 1 and 4 is 5. 7, 7, 5. What am I working on next? I'm working on what I call the delta corners. I don't know if I showed you the delta corners. Here's the delta corners. I'm trying to figure out a calculation. Where's my finger? You see this here? The D, one's going this way, the other one's going the other way. This one cuts in inside and connects to the 8 heaven as a return. Okay? This one cuts in on top. This one is a return. Okay? This one is a return between, you see where it is over here, the way it connects to both these dots? These 4 connect on the inside. The middle space there is 4, 5, and 6 where there is man. And it goes from here to here because it goes through man to the passage on the bottom. That's why we have the short ears of the cat. So on that side, we'd have short ears. Unless we're supposed to be upside down this way. That's why we got the cat on this side, and we'd have the rabbit, the long-eared galoot. Hey, you long-eared galoot! You rabbit. Hey, you ever hear him? But you don't think God was not planning on anything, you silly wabbit? Always calling the rabbit with a W, number 23, creation of beta, you silly wabbit. You don't think that God put into creator? Or am I just the smartest man in the world? I'm just putting A, B, and C together. But what I believe from what I find is that there was a creator here, and somehow either we were put under some sort of, to be able to come up with these ideas, or the actual rich people of the governments have been giving out little things to do certain things a certain way. But that would be insane. That's way too smart, and that would be for the last couple of 100 years covering, even Walt Disney, you silly wabbit. So God put that in. And not only that, I mean, have you ever looked at the Marvin, the spaceship man? I mean, the alien with the broom on the head, just like the old Romans used to have. And that's another thing about the Romans. Before I let you go, there is a lot of stuff I didn't do. Saw a little diagram somewhere about the Romans here. Here, let me count this out here. I'm still counting. 9, 10, 50, 950, 969. Not just this stupid little thing. Where's my mouse? Where's my this little stupid thing that I found? Just a picture. Okay, it had set up like this. Hold on, I have to do it again. You know why I have to do it again? Anyways, it's set up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 15. Then it's set up 6, 7, and 8. 21. And then it's set up 969. Okay, now I have it. Okay, it was just a stupid little thing that I found online. 15 is the egg. 21 says you. Why? 6 man of the 7th gate of the 8 heavens equals 21. 21 and 15 is creation of man, 36. 9, 6, 6, 9. Birth, man, birth. This 6 divides up 2 sides. You can either add them, divide them, multiply them, whatever you feel like doing is going to give you the answer that you're searching for. So whatever you decide to do, you have to know why you're doing it. You're multiplying. What's the reason? Okay, so now that we got off with that, I did have one other thing. I redesigned the Israeli flag, and I think I know the way it has to be. It has to be like this. Okay, I'm not finished it, but on this side is the Torah. On this side is the 10 Commandments. I keep dropping my paper. On this side is the 10 Commandments. On this side is the 10 Commandments of the beta world. I, and inside is the rest. This is man, and those are the rest of the commandments in there. I man, I angel, I man, spirit of man, earth, beta, and the whole other kit and caboodle right here in the center. Right here, 6 points. Now, what can I explain to you for what I told you? Do you want me to show you what else? If you do the Magen David and divide it between the 2 C's, okay, part of it will go missing. Let me show you what it looks like. You see this? You see the reflection of this? This ain't no reflection. I just pulled out the center, and this is exactly what it looks like. Exactly like this. Do you know what that design is? Take a look at the cards, mostly the jacks. They will all be wearing a hat that just looks like that. It's a special, I'm just going to show you it. The king is wearing it. They're all wearing it like this. Okay. That, okay, can actually be the, you ever seen angelfish? Well, this divides your ace. I mean, I can start telling you stories forever, but I'm not going to be exact with everything. There's so many things to tie up. I mean, like if you said to me the number like 5, I'll say green, I'll say black, and I'll say orange. I'd say whether you're at the racetrack, okay, you're running up for you're building man at the racetrack, but in pool, you're playing the game of life, okay, because you have 9 planets, right? 9 planets, and actually you only have 7 balls that you step at. There's 2 planets you cannot touch. You have 7 balls, 2 which you cannot touch. Which one are they? One is the 8 ball. Excuse me, one is the white ball. One is the 8 ball. The other one's the 9 ball. Can't touch those 3. You take away any one of those 3, the game is over. So if you do take away those 3, you end up with 6 again. That's why I said there's 3 of them that are always in play. They are hidden and underneath. On the telephone, it would be 7, 8, 9, unless you're doing another combination like 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. Then 147 will be gone. Because you can move them over. And you can move them up. And right now I'm moving out. Raphael, 7286. Wait. We can't end it yet. No. There was one more thing I wanted to show you. Thank God. I could have said stop, eh? Yeah, this is what I'm working on next. We're going to find out, okay, this is the letter K. We're going to find out in Roman numerals what we can do with all these letters by breaking them down. Okay, you see this one over here is in 2 spaces down by 1. This one over here, the N, is in 4 by 4. You can keep designing them and try to follow the lines. And you'll see as you get bigger, instead of saying, oh, I only want to go up 2 lines and out 3 lines, it doesn't work that way. If you follow the lines, it'll tell you how big it is. So eventually, by drawing these numbers next to each other, you'll be able to create the actual size you need for the next number next to us. I'm also going to be going over the cracks in between the numbers. Because those cracks, okay, when you push down a number, right, instead of having the actual number come up, the whole space becomes empty. Because it's like you punched a hole in the paper. So the crack in the space, right, let's say you have to push your finger through to make it work, and it doesn't come up. So the crack in the space will all look empty. So now it'll create a shape. So now when you start designing these, you'll see different shapes. And all the shapes that connect will always be an 8. And every time you go between them, you'll get an H or an I. And it's always like that, because that's the way it was done. There was one other thing, I'm not sure. I was just thinking of footballs. I was drawing the letter I next to each other. That's the letter I, when you put them all next to each other. Pyramid up, pyramid down, pyramid up, pyramid down. Just keep going and going and going. Football. Face of the oval egg, of the oval spirit, of the transmission of the beta and alpha, life of Sam. Life of Sam. Now, before I get on and tell you, like I said, okay. Life of Sam. Sam is the pig. Sam is the pig. I'm waiting. Come on, man. When you go to Washington, and you watch the Redskins play, they play with the pigskin. Is it not? Isn't that what they call it, the pigskin? The pig, I just told you before, was the animal who represents the heavens. The pig pregnancy is 3, 3, and 3. That would be 3 field goals. That would be 9 points. And that would create the birth of one of us. If it was only 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days, 114, 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 2 and 6. The corner that touches, okay, 2, 3, and 6 are connecting corners. And one of the reasons for that is because of the chicken foot, the peace sign, the Mercedes sign, okay? When you come to a corner, this is what it is. It's the peace sign because it joins down here to this side and to that side. It's like the Y in the road. It's the piece that connects everything. So anyways, this would be the 2. This would be the 6. This would be the 3. So we'd be connecting these 3 numbers here. When all actuality, let me show you how it would look. 2, 3, 6. It would look like this. And that they call the Yud in Hebrew. And I call it I. That is us, the I, the spirit that's always connected to us. All the overhanging letters that we have on this side, or maybe it's on this side, it's for a reason. There's codes in these letters. These letters have been changed and changed again because I see Whoever started creating new letters, they were passing on codes of some sort. Not all of them, but eventually certain people will look at this code and say, okay, this is the one we want to use for us. Not a lot of people know it. We're going to take it, we're going to redevelop it, and we're going to have a different kind of code to keep our secrets. Anyways, I'm not sure what we didn't do yet. I didn't show you the number 9 in the bottom box. I have to show you 9. 9 comes out with IRY. Could be a little eerie in this life, and it can definitely be a quiz. 8 and 9, okay, HIRY. Are you in a hurry? Are you in a query? Anyways, HQZ is the heaven. 8, 26th letter, 8th letter, and 17th letter. 9th letter, 18th letter, 25th and 27th letter. Let me tell you a little story about the Y. It's the 25th and the in-between letter. Okay, between Z and A. Yes, you could use other ones, but that's the basic because it came in the song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, 16th letter. Q, R, S, T, U, V, 21st letter. W, X, Y, 25th letter. Z, 26th letter. And sometimes Y, they said in the song, 27th letter. 2 Y's, 1 at 27, 1 at 25 equals 52. 5 and 2, 7. So I guess God didn't ask why, because he already knew why and what he was doing when he did this all. And he is fantastic. May the glory be above us, and may we never take away our thought that we were given the liberty of love. We must learn how to use it. Raphael, 7286. MrTacpans, any words? The dragon has nothing to say? My buddy the dragon, eh? Can't even see his face. Can you see his face? Ah! Ah! Me and the dragon. The pirate! We are here to scorch the world! We will detonate every single bomb until they all explode, until there's none left. Then, we're going to burn everybody's money. We're going to burn everybody's money. Whoever has more than $5 million, everything else is burnt after that. What do we do with it? We replace it by gold. We must have gold. Maybe a little money and a little gold. The only reason I speak of this right now is because I am Raphael 7286. And as close to gold as I can actually tell you are the 14 pennies I have on top of my desk. And that's all I have. But it will be those 14 pennies that will show me the way. Raphael, coming to you from Dragon Heaven, 7286, and along with Pegasus.